We moved into that house in 1962, 6th of December, 50 years next year. And I was 60 years this July in Australia. We had Christmas every year, and when the boys married, even then we had Christmas here, and the little children came to our place. These were the most beautiful memories. I was born in Bohemia, in Czech Republic, in Czechoslovakia. When the war started, so I just finished, luckily, my schooling. I met Joe when I was 18, and he was 34. We started to go out together. No, he was very elegant looking. One day after months, he rang me and he said, "Can you meet me?" So we met in a coffee house, and he looked shocking. He looked 20 years older. And I thought maybe someone died in the family. I said, "What happened?" So we were sitting in a corner, and he said, "I never told you I'm Jewish, and the Nazis are after me, and I can never return to Prague, and I have nowhere to go." It was a shock for me, because I never came into such a situation. And I said, "Wait, I go home and I will talk to my parents." My father said he can stay. And that was very, very dangerous during the war, because if you let a Jew stay in your place, they could have killed my family, Joe, and even people who were working for us. I was still so young that somehow I didn't visualize the consequences. We were always hoping that one day it will end, and thank God it did end. But we were hoping the Americans will come, and the Russians had to liberate us, which was a shocking disaster, because then communists started. And in two months after that, we married with Joe. No, it was a small wedding. A year after, my first son was born, Peter. Ken was born in 1948 in September. The times were excellent. We were traveling. After 1948, it was a disaster. We started not to trust anyone. They would have locked Joe up. I got so afraid, because we were bourgeois, and bourgeois are an enemy of the state. They can martyr you, they can shoot you, they can send you in coal mines. They would take the children from me. They would send me in a factory of who knows where. We said, "We are not secure anymore, we can't stay." And in the morning we had to escape, and we could not take the children. Ken was a baby, and Peter was a little boy. And I could have not, with those two babies, the little children, go to the border. It was impossible. And that was such a shock for Peter. I was praying the whole time, and before I left, I went to the church where the Holy Infant of Prague is, which does miracles. And I bought those little infants of Prague and gave Mother 4, and I gave Joe 1, and I had 1. And I said, "That will bring us together," and it took it. And my parents took the children to their villa. And there was a farmer who, for big money, took people over the border. And the farmer said, in the morning I was with my horse manuring the fields. And after lunch, I will take you in that cart. He put some straw in the cart. It was smelly from manure, but we didn't mind. And we lie down, and he put blankets over us. And with that horse, he took us to the border. But no one knew that between Germany and Austria is a very high mountain. I was nearly till here wet from snow, because it was high snow, February. And I was tired and hungry, and now we are climbing down again, and they were Russian soldiers. And I said, that's the end. And I was very tired, and I was upset. And I started to cry, and I said, that's the end. And Joe said, no, no, it's not the end, and started to embrace me and kiss me. And they were thinking that we are some lovers. And they turned their heads away, and we could go down. We didn't have luck for many, many months waiting in Vienna, and we can't get the children out. And luckily we got the children. We were crying and smiling, and it was a huge, such a commotion, you know, because so much worries and so much angst for so many months. So Joe went to some Australian embassy, and they said, yes, if you have 2 sons, you are very welcome. And we got the permits, and we arrived in Australia, and it was the 26th of July 1951. We were happy to be free and to be in a free land. Peter is a very successful criminal barrister. He finished 2 novels, which were published, and Joe, 1988, 22nd of January. And he died. I'm most thankful for living here. The beginnings were hard, but after, when we settled down and Joe started to earn money, the life was wonderful. Yeah. And we were free, you see. And to be free, that's the most important thing in life. Okay. That you can say what you want and you are not persecuted. Oh, I was fat like a scorpion.